Let's talk about a community that's been breaking barriers, making history, and bringing real issues to the table. South Asian Americans in US politics. From Kamala Harris to Pramila Jayapal and so many others, we've seen South Asians rise to Congress, city councils, and even the vice presidency. But it wasn't always like this. Did you know South Asians couldn't even become US citizens until after the Luce-Celler Act of 1946, which allowed limited naturalization for Filipinos and Asian Indians. Then, in 1952, the Immigration and Nationality Act finally removed race as a barrier to citizenship. It's thanks to these early laws that today's South Asian American leaders have been able to make a mark in American politics. Take Dalip Singh Saund, a real trailblazer who came to the US from India to earn his PhD in mathematics at UC Berkeley. Saund wasn't just an academic. He organized with the Hindustan Association, championed tirelessly for the right to citizenship, and eventually became a US citizen in 1949. Then, in 1956, he made history as the first Sikh American, Indian American, and Asian American elected to Congress representing Southern California. And it wasn't that long ago that South Asians were still fighting to be counted in the US Census. We were officially recognized only in 1980. Fast forward to today, and we've had a record number of South Asians representing us in government, from city halls to Capitol Hill. And recently, we saw our first Bangladeshi American, Hanson Hashim Clark, elected to Congress in 2011. That's a lot of progress, but we're not stopping here. Let's talk about the issues we're tackling head-on. Hate crimes against South Asian communities have surged, especially against our Muslim and Sikh brothers and sisters. After 9/11, religious-based discrimination against Muslims jumped by 250%. And tragedies like the Oak Creek Gurudwara shooting in 2012 and incidents targeting Indian nationals, like in Kansas in 2017, remind us that the fight against hate is far from over. And that's why representation matters. Next up, immigration. If you're an Indian professional waiting for a green card, you'll need the patience of a saint. Wait times can stretch for decades, but with more of our voices in government, there's a growing momentum for reform. Then there's language access. For many of our parents and grandparents, English-dominated ballots and polling stations feel as intimidating as trying to decode the spiciest item on a desi menu. These aren't just issues. They're our lives, our families, and our communities. And the good news? We can make a change every time we step into a voting booth. See, voting isn't just about doing our civic duty. It's about making sure our voices are heard, our needs are met, and our community is represented. And if every one of us shows up, the impact can be huge. So grab your ID, double check your registration, and make a difference. South Asians have come too far to stay silent. Go out and vote like your future depends on it. Because guess what? It does.